back to another episode of Bearded Barbecue and Adventures, everybody. My name is Don, and tonight we're doing something a little bit different. It's been a hot minute since I pulled out one of the Dutch ovens, so I've got the 14 out today, and we're gonna do country-style pork ribs. All right, everybody, so what we have here is a 14-inch Dutch oven, and I have 2 bell peppers that I'm gonna add in here, and I have 2 white onions that I've also prepared. And what this is gonna do is it's going to create a bed for this pork to sit on. So what we're gonna do now is just add a little bit of oil in here and then the seasoning of your choice. So the seasoning that I'm gonna do tonight is just some seasoned salt, all-purpose type seasoning. And you just mix that up really good to get those vegetables seasoned and flavored just like you want. We'll dump some seasoning in here. You want to coat it pretty good, and just whatever seasoning you like. Some people use like Italian seasoning. It's just this good all-purpose stuff is great. And then you want to take your wooden spoon. You're not going to use metal on your Dutch oven. You just want to mix this stuff up so it gets good and coated all over. And just toss that seasoning and mix those onions and those bell peppers up. And then we'll create a bed for that pork to sit on. That way it doesn't burn, but it'll cook really evenly. That may be a little bit more than what some of you want, but I really love the flavor that onions and bell peppers have. When they penetrate that meat with the seasonings and then the seasonings that you put on the meat, it is just tender, fall off the bone goodness. And then what you can do is add a little bit of barbecue sauce to the finished product. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay the pork country style ribs in there. We're just gonna kind of lay them out, trying to get them as evenly across there as we possibly can. It is going to be a tight fit, folks, but that's okay. We're gonna get them in there. A tight fit, but you know what? That's all right. That is gonna work. So as soon as that charcoal is heated up, we'll see you out there. All right, we have those country style pork ribs on with some heat on the bottom, and just a good rule of thumb, you want to cook it around 350 degrees. If you can hold your hand about 6-8 inches above there for about 6 seconds or so, you're cooking at about 350. We're cooking about 375, y'all. But we're gonna let it go, and then I'll show you the finished product. All right, everybody, it is time to check on these pork ribs. Let's see what, oh man, that is looking mighty beautiful right there. Let's go ahead and give these bad boys a flip so that we get them evenly cooked. And oh my gosh, the smell is just fantastic. Those onions and that bell pepper in there and creating those juices. It's gonna be tender, it's gonna be juicy, it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be all the things, y'all. Let's leave some of those onions on top there. We'll flip this one over. Oh my goodness, look at that. What we're gonna do now is put this back on here. Oh man. Let's let those go a little bit longer and we'll check on them again. And whoo, I can't wait to dig into that, y'all. All right, y'all, let's see where we're at on the temperature. Pork is done at 145 degrees. Oh, that is so tender. Oh, look at that. We got 200 there, 205 there. Oh, that's a little bit of a bone right there. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. This is going in with like no resistance, y'all. Those onions, those peppers. It is going to be fantastic. Let's go ahead and get this pot inside, and then it's time for everybody's favorite part, the taste test. Y'all, I've got me a nice little selection here. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. I've got onions, I've got bell pepper. I'm just gonna cut me off a little piece here. And let's give it a little try. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. A lot of times you can put barbecue sauce on here, but let's try it with just the onion, the bell pepper. I haven't made this in forever. That is so good. One thing I forgot to mention was I put stub seasoning on the pork ribs, country style ribs. A little bit of stubs on there, but the onions and the bell pepper is just fantastic. A lot of people put barbecue sauce on it. Guys, I don't even need it. With the seasoning that I use on the veggies and the pork, it doesn't need any additional sauce or anything at all. So I'm gonna finish up my dinner, and I hope that you guys have a great week. And until next time, I'll see you behind the grill or behind the wheel.